for Putin, the path to consolidating his Syrian achievements may lie in an agreement with Israel that further solidifies Russia's status. Russian President Vladimir Putin further cemented his position atop the Syrian power pyramid as a result of Israel's massive air campaign that targeted Iran's positions and Assad's air defenses. Dubbed by Israeli military planners as Operation House of Cards, it was the most extensive aerial assault by the Israeli Air Force, IAF, in Syria since October 1973. Whether Jerusalem's impressive military success translates into a political triumph will be determined by how Tehran responds going forward, but there is little doubt Iran suffered a major setback in a week already full of monumental disappointments. In the meantime, Putin's strategic position in the Middle East has been enhanced, and all he had to do was say yes to Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. Such an outcome was not guaranteed when Netanyahu met with Putin in Moscow, but the Israeli leader has his diplomatic ducks lined up in a row. Israel's comprehensive military response to Iran's rocket attack began just hours after the visit and received the Kremlin's blessing. The United States was notified in advance as well. "We told the Russians that we were going to strike in Syria, but we didn't tell them where exactly we were striking or what the targets were," a senior IAF officer told the Times of Israel. He added, "Their deconfliction mechanism worked to its fullest and we preserved our freedom of operation." The Kremlin's accommodating stance toward Netanyahu's concerns, including the lack of criticism toward Israel in the wake of the attack, was a new development that was no doubt welcomed with relief in Jerusalem. That is because Russia has played the role of arbiter since its September 2015 entry into the Syrian war on behalf of the beleaguered butcher, Bashar al-Assad. For several years, Russia's growing presence posed an obstacle to Israel's enforcement of its red lines, requiring deft diplomacy on Netanyahu's part to arrive at an understanding over Israel's operational parameters and manage the deconfliction line to avoid military mishaps. With close to 10 meetings between Netanyahu and Putin since 2015, Israel and Russia have managed to avoid operational accidents but have not been on the same page regarding Iran's place in Syria's future. For example, the parameters of the 2017 southwest Syria ceasefire and the escalation zone, both efforts spearheaded by Moscow, did not take into account many of Israel's security concerns. Even more, the joint US-Russian statement in November 2017 called for the reduction, and ultimate elimination of foreign fighters from southern Syria as part of the de-escalation zone's creation, but a few days later, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov referred to Iran's presence in Syria as legitimate and said Russia did not commit to ensuring the withdrawal of Iran or its affiliated militias. Russia also let its displeasure with Israel spill out into the media after its February and April strikes against the T-4 airbase in Homs province, a major aerial logistical hub for the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, where Russia also maintains a presence. There were reports that after Assad shot down an Israeli F-16 during the February mission that Netanyahu was ready to greenlight a more comprehensive military response but scaled back after receiving a furious phone call from Putin. Russia was likewise incensed after Israel's airstrike at T-4 in April, which destroyed Iran's soon-to-be-deployed Advanced Short-Range Air Defense System, the SA-15 Tor missile system. The Kremlin's tangible punishment would be delivered in the form of its sale of the SA-10, S-300 air defense system to Assad. The rising Israeli-Russian friction was unmistakable. Yet somehow following Netanyahu's meeting in Moscow and the successful execution of Operation House of Cards, Russia backed off the deal. Pages